Hi guys, my name is Natasha Love, and that was me 6.5 years ago. Before I tell you how I lost over 200 plus pounds and healed my autoimmune disorders, I'll tell you a little bit about my history and how I got to where I am today. First of all, that picture I posted, it was so hard for me to post it. And this video I'm making, it has been hard for me to even make. Um, Me putting myself out here and telling y'all how much I weigh and how sick I was. It's not fun, but I feel like it's my duty. It is my duty to get my story out here, so people know how I was able to lose my weight and how my body started healing. Um, so since sixth grade on up, I've always been overweight. Um, I developed early as a female. Um, I was always told I looked older than what I was when I was younger. um, in high school, I was well endowed up here and again looked older than the other girls I went to high school with. Um, Met my husband in high school. Um, we had three beautiful girls, and the things that I fed them, let me tell you, um, we come from a family of cooking in bad seed oils. We fried everything. We used to fry fish and chicken and potatoes. Um, you name it, we fried it. And then, of course, we had sweet treats to go along with meals throughout the years. Um, my younger years, I worked as a STNA, and then I went back to school and got my MA, and then I worked in hospitals and doctors' offices, and I over the years I just started putting on more weight, and I will tell you though, I worked at a doctor's office, and what how I was able to even go to work, um, I had to tell myself that if something was to happen to me at work, at least I was around doctors and they would know how to save my life. I literally had to tell myself that because um, I had anxiety beyond belief, and I'll get into that in a minute. So, some of the ailments that I had, I'm trying not to go back and forth here. There's so much to get out here and talk about. Um, but some of the meds that I was on, so I had real bad anxiety, like I just said. So I was on Klonopin. I was put on that. I was on that for a couple of years, and that's the barbiturate. That is not fun to be on, nor is it fun to get off of. I had PVCs, SVTs, and my cardiologist I had to go see put me on metoprolol. Again, that medicine is not fun. It makes you tired and just this heavy feeling. So I know there's many of you out there that's been on that medication and you know what I'm talking about. That medicine just made me just tired. Um, I had arthritis, stage 3 arthritis actually in my hands and my knees. Um, I had meniscus problems. Um, oh, that meniscus hurts, boy. Let me tell you, that don't feel so good. And I'm almost 50. Um, But still, I shouldn't be going through all these aches and pains. I'm not even 50 yet. I'm almost there. But I have arthritis, and granuloma annular was new to me. Working in a doctor's office was so cool because the doctor that I worked for, he was able to tell me what I had on my skin because I sure in the heck didn't know. I was like, do I keep getting ringworm? It's not ringworm. And found out it was granuloma annular, and I wasn't even diabetic. I had a high insulin. Um, Usually with people with granuloma annulars, they have issues with sugar. The issues I had with sugars, I ate it, and I was insulin resistant. So yeah, one diabetic though, not there yet. But if I would have kept eating it, I'm sure. I had rosacea, acne. I even had boils. That was something I will tell you that ran through my whole family. I used to always feel like it was gross. I know I was clean. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because you just feel, like, why am I getting these? Just like when you get cystic acne, you just feel, ah. But anyway, um, I I found out actually my sister. I got some Canada people, and my sister, my dad actually, his mother was from Canada. Long story short, my sister lives in Canada. She married and had kids in Canada. But anyway, her doctor out there told her that hers was from eating bread, from gluten. And a lot of doctors down here that I've seen didn't know or would tell me that's where boils would come from. I always felt like I was like, why do I keep getting these? I know I know I'm washing, so why do I keep getting these? And it was because, my sweat, what I'm saying, the things I was eating coming out of my pores, like, I mean, it goes a little bit deeper than people think. Anyways, I had a restless leg, GERD. I had really bad heartburn. Oh my goodness. After my first child was born, I had really bad heartburn, and I would take Tums, Rolaids back then, um, and then, I mean, I was in the medical field, so I did look up certain medications, and there was certain medications I just wouldn't go on, and some of them heartburn medications, I would not mess with. And I would tell doctors when they would tell me, you can take this med, this med, this med. And I would be like, no, no, no. I heard that messes with your heart. And so Pepsid, I gave into because I had such bad GERD. I mean, I lived on Pepsid for years. I did not know literally, and I worked in a doctor's office, that it was so harmful to be on it for so long. And I was on it for a very long time. I had seasonal allergies, so I was taking Allegra. Um, so yeah, I had a lot of issues going on. Um, when One time I had to go to get an endoscopy done, and this was one of my wake up calls. I mean, I had a lot of wake up calls, but this one got to me. Um, Anyways, I went to get my endoscopy done, and doctor thought, hey, if you can handle being awake, I can just numb your throat and stick the tube down there and see what's going on while you're just sitting here and awake. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, because I'd rather do that than get put under. And so I had to get weighed on the scale, and when I jumped on the scale, it said more than what I thought it was gonna say. Um, and then this is the part, it gets more embarrassing. And I'm trying not to cry, dang it. I told myself I wasn't going to, and here I go. But anyway, okay, let me stop. I weighed 400 pounds, and because I weighed 400 pounds, I could no longer get that procedure done. That I had to reschedule and go under and get it all done. So that's what I ended up doing. That was my first wake up call because I didn't even know I was at 400 pounds. that doctor literally told me, I offered this to you because I didn't think it was 400 pounds. And actually, that, I think the cutoff was like three, it was up there. It was like three something, almost 400. And I was over that. He said, I think it was even under that, but he was just nicely putting it. I don't know. But, he told me, he goes, you carry your weight well. And, um, that was hard. That was a hard wake up call for me. That was one of my wake up calls. Another story I have was, I had stairs at home, and I would dread walking up them dang on stairs. Dang it. um, when I got to the top, I would always feel like I couldn't breathe, and that I was actually gonna die. That's how I was feeling. I was like, whoa, and I dealt with that for a very long time. Um, my girls would be so sad. I mean, like, they're watching their mom like struggle going up these stairs, and I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing, girl? um, your girls can't keep seeing you do this, right? It got so bad that, I mean, they was eventually in high school. Like, this was going on when they was in high school. I functioned in their younger years, but still, even in high school, they should not be seeing their mama struggle this bad, walking up some stairs. And it got to the point to where I would be like, okay, guys, mama can't breathe. I need someone to call 911. Mama's having an anxiety attack. I mean, it got to panic, like panic mode. So there's been many trips to the ER. My heart would race. There's a couple of times it would go up to like 200 and something. I would be at work, and my heart would just start racing, and I would quick go put a pulse oximeter on, and I'm watching it race. And then the doctor, they already know, my history with anxiety and things, so they knew that when I had the pulse oximeter on, they knew kind of like, hey, let's watch out for her, because there's many times I've even left the doctor's office and was sent to the emergency room because my heart rate was so high. So, long story short, I was suffering at the top of them stairs, and I would go in every time. I would get hooked up to monitors, and found out my heart was fine. Eventually I was diagnosed with PVCs and SVTs. PVCs is where your heart would just, just start beating, boom, boom, and then it'll pause. And then when it starts beating again, it'll kind of like that. And it's rough to feel that. I mean, and actually I found out it's actually normal. Some people just feel it, but I had too many of them. And, so anyway, the doctor had put me on the metoprolol, and that right there just, it made my legs feel so heavy. I hated it. But, yeah, the top of them stairs though. And then I just, like I said, I dreaded it for the longest time. And this is what topped it off right here. This is what topped it off. Okay, I'm trying to get it together. My husband had ran out of gas one night, and he had called me, and he said, honey, I ran out of gas. And he told me where he was, and I knew he wasn't far from the gas station. So my first thought was, you ain't far from the gas station, and I felt bad, because here my husband ran out of gas. He's calling me, to come pick him up so we can go get some gas, and I'm telling him to go out to the gas station, all because I'm scared and dreading these dang stairs to go, not just down them, but back up them, because I know I have a hard time breathing. So I got up, and I went, and of course I got my husband, and I got through that night. But that very next morning, I mean, when I tell you, I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. Oh, dang it. um, Picked up my phone and typed in on YouTube. I said, how to lose weight naturally. And the first video that popped up was Dr. Kimberly and Nisha. And let me tell you, I've been watching them ever since. I've watched so many videos that yeah, even my husband's is he'd be like, babe, can we hear something else? Coming because for years. Um, okay, sorry guys, I had to gather myself. That's this a real emotional video for me, so just bear with me. But like I was saying, for years I'd watched Dr. Kim Berry and his wife, and many other doctors too. Let's see, there's Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Avadia, Dr. Baker, Dr. Bigman, Dr. Bright. I mean, lots of them. And I was keto for 3 years, thriving and realizing that, my autoimmune disorders, weren't fully gone. And so then I switched over to carnivore, and let me tell you, that's where I feel the best. And this is where I choose to stay. But that's just for me. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when I go off of carnivore and cheat, I cheat with keto food, and happily. There's certain things which I'll get into later, about how good I feel on certain foods versus other ones as far as keto is concerned, but my body feels the best on carnivore, and that's how I healed my body, through keto and carnivore, and it's all because of Dr. Kim Berry and his wife. It started out with them, and there's many others. I could keep naming so many people. But the amazing thing is that Dr. Ken Berry and his wife decided to host a class, and I was accepted for the first 200 people. And I'm very blessed to be in their class, because my mission literally is to be like them and my classmates. And that is, I mean, we're all here for the same reason, is to share our stories, and to help the people we love, and help the people we ain't even met yet. We have to get our stories out here. All them doctors that I mentioned, they've done so much research after research, and they've brought out scientific facts and evidence and proof, data. And I would like to say this: we are scientific fact. We're proof. We are the data that the proper human diet is what healed us. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, there's no simpler way to say it. Like, literally, we are the data, and we all have to come together to get our story out here, so more people can catch on. We have to get the story out, our story out here. Just so you guys know, I'm in this for the long run. I have to help people who want the help. And when I'm done with my class, y'all, let me tell you, try not to cry again. I am so ready to help as many people as I can. y'all just come check me out. Come check me out. If y'all want to come talk to me and hear more of my story, come check me out. But I'm going to finish my class gladly. I have 3 more months left. And I pray my story gets out here and helps as many people. Actually, if it helps one, that is a blessing. But until next time, guys, thanks.